welcome to another dash cam review. This time I'm not driving, so I get to actually talk to you face to face, which is a little more awkward and completely illegal on the great North American plains where I live if I were driving at the moment. For today's review, I wanted to give you a little bit more information on the Grimnoir trilogy by Larry Correia. This is Hard Magic, Spellbound, and Warbound are the three books. They're pulp fiction. They're set in late 20s, early 1930s alternate history Earth. The big thing with the alternate history is that in the mid-1850s, magic suddenly appears. Let me tell you, I have read a lot of urban fantasy, including some alternate history urban fantasy. Some of it's good, most of it isn't really bad. Larry Correia really knocked it out of the park. All the things that are critical to making good urban fantasy, he's got. He's got bold characters, they're bright, they're vividly depicted, they're admirable. It's very easy to cheer for, and even cheer for the good guys, understand the bad guys. The characters are drawn very much from core characters or archetypes of the time. There's the poor oaky farm girl. There's the convict who's trying to make good with his life, and nobody, despite the fact that people won't give him a chance. There's the rich kid with a heart of gold. The thoroughly competent and very perceptive, erudite German. We get to deal with some actual historical figures. Larry Correia does a really good job. Hoover Hoover shows up here. FDR makes a brief appearance in the series. Correia doesn't just take the easy road and go with how events happened, which a lot of people do when they set stuff in the past. He looks at how he changed the world in 1850 when magic shows up, and kept going from there and began alternate history. This is very cool. He did a lot of work on it. It really shows. This means that the mythology continues to fit together with the world, with the politics, and you're not going to get bored. You're not going to go through Pearl Harbor all over again. Somebody is going to borrow plot lines from what's already been done. He's really actually giving you a whole new world framed in so much of what we already know that you don't have to waste a lot of extra horsepower remembering how engines work. You can just geek out about the new stuff. Like I said in the blog before, this is classic golden era pulp fiction. This story takes place in the time when the Conan the Barbarian movies are being written. The Conan the Barbarian novels were first being written. Same thing with Lovecraft. There is a touch of Lovecraftian mythology, just the same as exists in the Monster Hunter series, but it is not the same mythology. Correia does invent an entirely new system of alien, extra-dimensional entities. One of them is in Earth. One of them is the magic, so the magic is somewhat alive, which is a very neat twist. And it doesn't just do that so that you can have a cookie-cutter kind of Harry Potter magic, where if you say the right word, the right thing happens. But the magic has a purpose, and the purpose affects how it works, and how people use their magic affects how it works. This is very cool. Something also that's very neat about Correia's magic system that I want to geek out about for you really quick is that Correia doesn't just do the Catherine Kurt Journey, I have the right DNA, therefore I'm magic and you're not, neater. He has inborn innate magical talent, and that's cool. His actives, or what his magical characters are called, have very classically familiar powers, along with some new ones. There are heavies or gravity spikers that can affect gravity. Fades can do the Shadow Cat Kitty Pryde thing, except they turn gray so he won't get sued for copyright infringement. There are travelers who can teleport. There's some new ones, talking through animals and taking control of them with your head. That's pretty cool. He has his own take on summoning magic, and the summoning magic that he has is amazing and ties in very well with the source of magic being other dimensions and these great kind of semi-godlike beings moving from dimension to dimension, affecting magic and the fate of the world that the magic comes to. Very awesome. The more you find out about that as the books progress, the more it pays off. But even if you don't have a lot of magic, there are things called spell binding in this book. It's very cool that you can basically carve spells. This is kind of a touch of more Oriental or Norse runic magic that's set in the system. Very cool. Anybody can't do it. It takes some skill and some dedication. But if you have a little magic, you can get a lot more if you're willing to pay the price and take the risks. That's very cool. That's something that a lot of people who are into fantasy and urban fantasy stories approve of. It's actually the moral of the story, one of the happy ending things when that becomes true in Jim Butcher's Codex Alera story. So this is a very cool element. This is an operatic trilogy. Good guys and bad guys at first seem very clear and easily played. And even though they kind of start tying in and out with one another like a Celtic knot, it doesn't stop. They're very clear, very bold choices, really good morals. All right, now let me talk writing craft for a second. Larry Correia is a magician. He really does very tight genre fiction craft. There aren't a lot of wasted words. He doesn't write every character in the same tone. He only has about 3 or 4 point of view characters, but you really know when you're in their head. Each point of view character has a very distinct flavor. It's very well done, Mr. Correia. I do love that. Something that kind of irritated me with his Monster Hunter series isn't present. There is no gun overload here. Yes, if you're a shooter, there is candy here for you, but those of us who aren't lifelong gun nuts will not have to sit through shop talk for 2 or 3 paragraphs. Correia kind of has leaned away from that after the first Monster Hunter book or 2, and he continues to strike a really neat balance. One of the guest characters, and really fun to deal with in this story, is actually Browning, the gun inventor, is a hero and a character in this film. I mean, in this trilogy. Sorry, they're films in my head, which is kind of why I review everything all together. And he is wicked cool, and there are new toys made for the heroes. So if you are a shooter, there's that. And if you're not, it's going to get explained in terms that you can deal with without feeling like you're being left out, which is very, very cool. The action, the fight choreography, which is of course a big thing for me since I write and I like to read very action-oriented adventures. I gotta say, it's very awesome. Sorry a little bit about the wind noise. We're driving through a windstorm and rain up here in the Great North American Plains. God causes the rain to fall on the wicked and the good alike, and I'm not telling you which one I am. All right. That's about all I have for this. I did want to re-expand on those points. If I told you anything else, I guess I should talk about this technology. Correia uses really neat technology that, again, is a wonderful homage to the classic golden age of the 20s. There are death rays, there are airships, there are semi-alien mystic trinkets. Some of them use crystal, some of them are made out of handhold objects. That's very much kind of the 1920s mysticism. So that's very cool. I cannot recommend this trilogy enough. If you like comic books, if you like urban fantasy, if you like kind of space opera, there's enough of that kind of space opera feel. So if you're a Star Wars fan, I would recommend this. Honestly, this is an excellent trilogy. Can't recommend it enough. I've gone through my brain for days now looking for something negative to say about it, and I got nothing. This is really just an amazing series. I like Monster Hunter International, but I like this much better because of its mixture of genres, and Correia's really refined his stuff. So, now the wind's died down a little bit. I'll say it one more time. It's It's the Grimnoir Chronicles. That's Hard Magic, Spellbound, and Warbound. The author is Larry Correa. Highly recommended. Why aren't you reading it yet? Stop this, go get it. You can get it for Kindle for reasonable rates. Get it paperback, that's just as fine. You will love it. I will be amazed. If you don't like it, let me know. Then I will have something negative to say about this, so I won't feel like a total failure as a critic. Because you know they train us up to be able to pick things out, pick things apart, and I got nothing. This is just amazing. Right, so this has been your dash cam review for the day for Larry Correa's Grimnoir Chronicles. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Bye.